Man, there's just not a camera angle that I appreciate as much as I appreciate none. All right, so peace, y'all. I recently ran into a video of mine that I made on another channel, right? Let me get to it first, if I can. Because I'm sitting up there thinking, man, still relevant. Like I could restart all of my shit using my old content. I can review my own content to tell y'all something that y'all just now coming into.
Who is now in jail. And while she was working as a locker room attendant, some people refer to it as a bar room attendant, either one is fine, at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago property in Palm Beach. So that what, while in second book of contact, namely a second black
That's all
book
I
was
had to say.
found after the initial black book was made public at some point during this, I believe,
And that's why.
2016. This too is a
That
narrow
is
window.
exactly
And the
why.
reason it's a narrow window
That was me. January 20th, 2024. After hearing about Ali Carter, hearing about Epstein, and living in the city where some of the stuff went down. And knowing what I know about the fucking city, I'm like, oh my fucking God, that explains it. Can you imagine that feeling? That explains it. Well, my thing looks like it's stuck right now. Oh, my bad. So that was me then. This is now. And I don't know, y'all. It's just, I feel like the case went left because I'm just trying to find some interesting shit to say to y'all. I feel like the case went left because there is no way that our government was going to tell you the truth about that stuff we heard that y'all can all still hear if you put your ear to the YouTube streets. That stuff that is preposterous. It sounds preposterous, doesn't it? It sounds totally fucking crazy. That shit right there, that shit is the shit that he did that we can't talk about because if we talk about it, we got to talk about the very people probably that is over the courthouse. We talking about that one thread that you pull where the whole fucking sweater come apart. He is on the thread. I don't know, but I had the intuition to jump on here because I used to do security, right? And something, and I be thinking I'm not as convoluted as I am. I'm not as neural. Like I forget sometimes. It's just like if you had a situation where all of a sudden, you don't have a limb, or what I'm saying, you might still feel like you can walk. You still applying for jobs like you can walk. That's kind of how I am. I still go through stuff like, I got it. Mm-mm. Because I get on here and I talk about my neurodivergentness. I talk about it because it's so deep that I can't even do a video. I have to explain myself to you people because the dealing with all of this has made me different. You know what I'm saying? I handle shit different. We all gonna handle stuff based on our background. My background been different. But when I see somebody else's neurodivergent ass, I be like, oh, she neurodivergent like me. And I'm sorry, y'all. But BJ, when she described her stuff that she went through at the courthouse on day one, I was like, nah, pimp. Yeah, yeah. Come on the bus with me, bro. It's not the slow bus. It's the Freddy Krueger bus, though, because we don't know who driving this motherfucker that got us on this bus. And the first day, she was talking about something and something else. I was like, yeah, she bugging right now. Like, it and the other ladies, the ladies that she ran into with a problem on the second day, they're not. They're just somebody described him as calm on AT2 channel when he reviewed whoever. Oh, the Secret Service man Sam or something. When he reviewed his stuff, he said the ladies seemed calm. But honestly, I do feel like one of them is related to Janice. Like they get Janice's old wigs. I'm just saying, y'all. It ain't no cut. I just felt like saying something funny. It's kind of funny, right? Anyway, so they was describing them as calm. But anybody that would wear Janice wig is a person who could be one way and appear another. Y'all realize we dealing with something real deep, right? I mean, we talking about 1920s, 1930s, 1940s. Okay, because if she 80 and we only 20 deep into this year, and she was born in the 60s. Oh God, that's horrible. Is she 80? If she's 80 and we got 20 of this year, 60 minus 100 is the 40. So it would have been her mom and dad's generation that was cutting up in New York. And my opinion is that New York is like, bruh, here's how you could tell. They say you could tell a tree by the fruit it bears. Look at the fucking. We're not talking about his kids. They a whole different situation. They was raised by their mamas for the most part, and Lord, God bless them now. Seriously, because what the fuck? I would be running away. I would just be running away hearing that shit that you did. And guess what? Just like Cassie and everybody else, who do I run to? You can't run. That's what the majority of y'all, here's the things y'all ain't get about the case. You can't run nowhere with this guy. You can't run nowhere for the same reason you didn't get told the rest of the story in the courtroom where it should have been told. You didn't even get told the half of it. I'm telling y'all, I keep seeing flashbacks of Courtney Burgess, okay, what that is name, or Sean Atwood's channel. When Jag just went off on him, it's like you just gotta examine your own life. You gotta examine your own life. All I'm saying is this thing is deep. It's been around. It has to be protected. And think so if you could tell a tree by the fruit it bears, right? Then you could tell a producer or an executive producer by the artists they put out. He didn't put out no artists except for Mary J. Blige. Who the fuck he signed that's still around that's making music? Like freely making music. So he's really not produced anything of greatness because he don't have greatness within him. He is a internal plant in the music industry, which I got to talk about Timberland next. He's an internal plant put there to guide the rest of us off course. Either by okay, if one slips through the net, it's like Coca-Cola versus Pepsi, but being owned by the same corporation. You understand what I'm saying? So Coca-Cola is trying to destroy Pepsi always. And if Coca-Cola gets a new recipe, you can damn sure bet Pepsi somewhere trying to hire somebody or get somebody hired over Coca-Cola to steal that goddamn recipe. And if they can't steal it, what do you do? What Marilyn Manson said at the beginning of his The Beautiful People. It might not be that one. But I think one of them songs say first you gotta fuck it, then you try to eat it. If it hasn't learned your name, you better kill it before they see it. Something like that. You understand what I'm saying? They try to destroy that which they cannot control completely. Okay? So people with a strong background like Cassie had, a mom and a dad in the house, here's the problem. And here's something that is of note. There might be some order to this. What do I mean? Cassie's father was a fireman. And I don't know the rest of their background but I would love to study people's background and see what the fuck they're because there's a background to all this jack shit that's happening. Cassie's dad is a firefighter. Natanya Rubin's father is a policeman and probably a good guy. You feel me? Back when you could be a good guy, because now you're either already bad or you get bought by Diddy and you get controlled, so you're bad. Y'all ain't hear about see during this case, if you was only paying attention to this case, then what you may have missed on another channel, but probably on BJ's channel, is a story about how all these weird court cases are going against all these artists. Weird, meaning like it involves dark arts. It involves dark arts. I swear they kept playing this one story about this basement. It's a basement of a basement of a sub basement. Somehow they always ended up in this basement. There was a sigil on the floor and a microphone hanging down from the motherfucking ceiling. And something happens where somebody's voice gets transferred into Aaliyah's voice. Or Aaliyah's voice gets transferred into theirs. It's like so many things. And so my analysis was there should be no such thing as a closed jury room court case. Why? Because it is the very closeness of the court case that ends up becoming the reason why we all don't know anything, but I think that's what is making the elite be criminals. In other words, crime is the payment, y'all. Crime is what's up right now. And crime pays off. They just did a story today. Melanie King did a story about some lady up in New York, and I feel it's weird coming out after the Diddy case. Okay? She was some kind of person that kept Taiwanese businesses from doing business with New York. Come on. Taiwanese shit is the shit. That's the first name we used to see on our shit was Taiwan because I remember because we couldn't fucking pronounce it. It was just made in China. It was made in Taiwan. We like, as kids. Taiwan. You know what I'm saying? But she gets busted and she was the some kind of assistant for Cuomo and the current is the governor of New York. All the states where these criminals have been doing bullshit are states that are below the gutter, and now America is being dragged under the gutter because of its legal department's agreements. Honestly, it's because of their greed. Because if the police, I mean, every time we go to a voting, there is always something on the table for police or firemen, and it usually passes. So y'all need all this money, plus y'all got to take the bribes. The coroners are taking the bribes. This this is crazy. That's why the justice system doesn't work. Is because you robbed the justice out of it. In all of our jobs, we're being asked if we're good, honest, upstanding people, and then we get jobs that somehow in the job we are being told to do something that keeps us from being looked at or thinking of ourselves as honest and upstanding people. I don't know, man. But we gotta think of or do something here. My dog is outside. Man, y'all. So, but she was as neurodivergent there as I would have been. Because certainly I could not have handled the thing. And the reason why I had jumped on here is because I was going to say, you know what, DJ? Like I was going to send her an email, like, you know what? The next time you're going to go to one of these things, why don't I go with you? But then would just be two freaks sitting there like, I don't like that. That's too loud over there and over there. I don't know. That guy's thinking. Yeah, that would be me totally because I'm like that by myself. But there was a time when I wasn't. You feel what I'm saying? Tanya Rubin the other day had a police vehicle. It wasn't even a police vehicle. Honestly, that shit looked like a Subaru, maybe an older Toyota parked outside her house, but it was all blacked out. And considering some of the cars that they started talking about, like Jettas and shit with puffy stuff, then maybe, just maybe, he did have a car like that, or one of his, people would. But I gotta let my dog in, y'all. But I just wanted to let y'all know that, like, honestly, I didn't have a point. I'm just kind of reviewing and analyzing, and I know y'all haven't been told enough, or y'all haven't seen what I've seen, or you just refuse to believe it. But I think the reason why elite people, the reason why his court case was kept under wraps is because it involved, sensitive topics. But then if we keep this law in, is this rule in law, then you're always going to have, first of all, no poor person is a trafficker. So it automatically equates to elite people's court cases being kept private. But elite people run shit like parts of governments and companies that we all buy from. And that's the reason it should be made known is because we go buy shit from them motherfuckers. We should know who's making our shit. We should know what kind of person we're supporting. I know I, for one, as a DJ and just a music listener, I do not want to listen to Diddy shit anymore. He's too fucked up. Like, he's too fucked up. Trust me, that's some overly fucked up shit when you know it all. So make sure you put your ear to the YouTube street and go find out what this truth is before they erase it. And then you ain't gonna know. And then when we tell you, you ain't gonna believe us because the people that told us, they had receipts. Y'all better go on their channel. Y'all better go on these YouTube streets and find out who has told this truth and connect your own dots. It's on you to know because it does matter. Trust me, it does matter. It affects you. It's already affecting you. It already is. It already is. I gotta go get this dog. Y'all have a good night. Cause man.